I think the package we are talking about is the LPC package we have. So the problem is actually that LPC grads already, it's not that you don't know the law, it's that the exams are very different from the LPC exams. Even though we had skills exams, it was up to different level, wasn't it? And also the law, it's not that you don't know the law, it's about if you understand what it means to apply the law, because both legal marks about legal application, you actually had quite solid knowledge, I might say. It's more about memorizing, of course, certain things, and about knowing how, right?
Yeah.
The interviewing side of this is a very good illustration of that point, in that people do, as you mentioned, they do tend to do very well in the interview because they have good skills and they can inspire trust and confidence. And you know, what they tend to miss out on is actually collecting a lot of the facts that they then need to apply the law to. So it looks as if maybe they don't know the law because they score relatively low law marks. But in fact, the issue is application, either because they haven't collected the facts to apply the law to, or because they have collected them, but they just haven't correctly applied the law. Not necessarily that they don't know it. There's so much more to this than knowledge, and there's so much more to being a lawyer than knowing the law.
Yes.
So if you compare LPC exams and SQE exam, for those people who haven't tried it yet, for them to have reasonable expectations, what would be your tips or, I don't know, some key points that people should take into account?
Yes, I would say forget about the LPC. Totally forget about the LPC because the SQE is so different. Although the areas of law are pretty much the same, because on the LPC we get tested on property, business law and practice, probate, but the content, or I would say how the questions are assessed, are totally different. My mistake during my first attempt was applying my LPC skills and knowledge and how I would attempt questions on the LPC to the SQE. And I realized that that was totally wrong because it's so different. The structure should be different. How you apply the law is different. Comprehension is different. So I would say if you're coming from the LPC, maybe your books would be good with law, but be careful on attempting that. Like structure wise, be sure that you understand the SQE structure and what they are looking for, and not basically mix both. Yeah.